They say there was a man who believed in one thing and one thing only, a power to kill, and his crossbows did the work, and his trusty weapon he always kept. But those around him never felt so misfortunate in their life. He believes in one thing only, the death of people, and he believes in one thing only as well, the enjoyment of watching destruction. However, he was a timid man. He never wanted to do this before. But what led him to this conclusion? Was it the dark? Was it the curse? Or was it his sanity? And it doesn't matter what you are, who you are, or what role you are. All things will end, even if you were a goddess, or just a mere slug of what you were. He admires the work of others as well, watches they all cradle for their own lust of murder and blood. However, there's something far more he enjoys killing, and that is a being of humanity, a human, and he enjoys breaking their spirit as he kills each and every last one of them. No one knows who he is, what he was, and what he is even now, but what we do know is where he found his trusty weapon in the middle of a grave that God is buried in. And the curved sword he has, buried deep inside a crypt of bones and rot and mold, lies his weapon, a poisonous blade he uses against his foes. And not least, his most treasured thing of all is up next. And his favorite item. He always wore a mask or a cloth hiding him. He never truly respected the world. He never truly agreed with it. In the world, the same thing. No one liked him. He liked no one. But he did enjoy the bodies. However, on his last battle with his trusty weapons and crossbows, he found something that he enjoyed the most. His mask that protected him, that saved him, that sheltered him. And when the bloodlust rises, and when he has the feeling to kill again, he rises from his slumber, and he thinks about the good times, of all the things he will enjoy. And he brings out his trusted weapons, his crossbows, his blade, his dagger, and his mask, and his dashingly uniform he keeps all nice and clean, brings him to one conclusion. A slaughter must now begin. But you have only heard tales, and you've seen him not in action. But now, watch. As Serpent of Ash takes more lives, as he waits for another slaughter.
Hone your skills. Look, boy, you in the danger room. Yeah, you in the danger room. Come on now. It's like a dream. Everything moving fast, but you moving slow. Change the tempo, watch, we on time. Hey, now you know. Listen to the rhythm we giving them, we bringing it with passion. Smashing, you should just move to my groove. Case in point, watch how I improve. Then the automator is ready, you know we're hitter, a music motivator, and I'ma show you later. But right now we getting down, you ground, cause I
Hello, everybody. Now, of all the things you also saw, I didn't spam this like everyone else should have and done of. Well, first of all, this thing sucks. This endless thrusting sucks. I mean, it does get some kills, but people who complain that estoc is best stock are the ones that are the fools because A, this thing is super parryable. I'm actually surprised no one has parried me doing this. I don't think so. I don't remember. There's some. I didn't show some the things I die for because most of the time when I died was not even skilled for play. It was actually just people lagging. There were a lot of times where one guy would be literally at the other side of the stairway. Next note, he would be instantly teleporting me. I already got hit 8 times and I'm already dead. And I didn't even move the controller yet. And I didn't show any deaths because A, it's kind of boring seeing someone die. And B, I didn't even see any skillful play. There was one person, but I sadly didn't record them. They were really skillful. I would have showed it, but forgettability. But however, there is one thing about this weapon, and it is this move. This move makes this weapon actually great. This doesn't. This does. No one expects you to do this because everyone sees this weapon. They think of this and this. Well, they do never think of that. It is the most perfect thing to kill someone. Literally, this is why it's best. Not this. This. I'm gonna let you confirm that because all the videos I saw. And I was trying to do that. It's so hard. Doing the continuous thing. I kind of missed my kick though. It would have been helpful for some other clips. But, oh well. I really like the slash. It's the most satisfying. By the way, if no one has noticed yet, they shrunk every weapon. That's why this weapon looks so small. And they shrunk every short sword, and I don't know. I know they shrunk the curved sword, the thrusting swords. The rapier is super small. Look at this. By what kind of weapon are you going to kill someone with? It is super small. I don't know why they made it like that. I don't know why they did that. I guess to fix some issues. But I guess they got lazy and shrunk every weapon instead of a specific type. They just shrunk the entire type. Besides the paired up ones. The paired up ones are still the same size. But they don't have to shrunk the whole thing. I mean, it makes this weapon kind of look embarrassing. How skinny its blade if it's not all elongated and stuff. But anyway. And I did do some pairs of this thing. There was a lot of clips. Not really a lot of clips. There was other clips of me pairing. However, they look kind of bad. I didn't want to put them in. And I did try to use this thing as a weapon. It's just that this thing kind of sucks how... I mean, it's known logic. When something's shorter, it's supposed to do more damage because it's more refined. And it's technically how real life is. The shorter it is, it's supposed to be better because you refined it to just for a small tip. It should cut anything. The fact that this does less damage than anything else is kind of embarrassing. But the poison and the bleed is useful. And the parry. No one expects you to parry when you have this thing on. Honestly, they don't actually. But, and let's go with the crossbows. The crossbows are pretty good. There's only one thing about the crossbows. It's the mobility of the people that makes the crossbows kind of lame. Not really shields. It makes sense. I understand people can tank the damage. People can block it, roll out of it. It's just that... It's just that the bolts... They need Pacific bolts if you want to do max damage. Like the sniper bolt. If you don't have it on the sniper crossbow, it actually does less damage. And the night bow, the only way how it adds the electrical damage if you have the electrical bolt. Let's go with the Avalon. I mean, it's great and all, however, it doesn't exactly track with the opponent. I mean, it does, however, it only, like when someone's rolling and they roll past the first one, they'll roll past the the other two because that's how it works. It shoots it at minimal distance and doesn't actually try to get them. So that's why I chose the splintering. And it splinters off because at least I'll hit something. And then I got the explosive, which is supposed to be spread. You can't see that. There you go. It's a sad thing how I can't power stance, sadly. So I can shoot 6 at a time. It is kind of sad, and I kind of missed that from Dark Souls 2. But pretty much, yeah. I usually like disguise these. I usually make these kind of like a fraud. They do more damage than the Avalon, because of one bolt, but the Avalon does more damage if all 3 hit, and that's rare because mobility, etc. People know when to roll and stuff. Plus, it takes a long time to fire. Like, watch. That's me. I wasn't even holding it at all. I just pressed it once. It's just that. But I do like the crossbows. I wish they could be infused with something or make them even stronger because they do quite a little damage. If you just look right here. Let's see. 385 and 268. Not that great, really. But my rings, I got the steel protection, the Hornet ring. I didn't really benefit with this ring, actually. Anytime I tried to parry someone, they were already at near death, and regular parry and riposte would kill them. The Leo ring, really helpful. Really helpful. And the life ring, just because I actually had nothing to wear. I was gonna wear the untrue ring on some things. However, it didn't really look nice. I mean, it did look nice. It's just that the health helps a lot. Because people like using spammable weapons and etc. You already understand why I would be wearing this ring. Plus, it increases a lot when I have Ember. And the sad thing is, I actually ran out of Embers. When I was doing it, I didn't have much Embers anyway because I was helping my friends a lot. We would goof around. I get myself killed a lot. And that's why I lost the majority of my members. I used to have 80, and now at 0. I lost like 20 doing the PvP, and most of those were laggers. And I really felt rage from Dark Souls 2 and not Dark Souls 1, because I never PvP, because multiplayer doesn't really work in that game. It works now, but no one plays it. But and also my stuff, the coal thing, ignore that, it's not in here. Binoculars, blah blah blah. Now, between matches, I switched the Resign with other bundles and stuff. However, the Dual Charm, I found this very useful. I think 2 clips didn't make it in, and there was one who quad stack buffs, and one charm while he was buffing his 4th time, I throw the charm right on him, and it killed all of his buffs. He sadly won because the host, that was his friend and joined in. However, the great thing was we moved the raid to the arena, so they all died from the giants. So it was pretty great. I won't lie. I wouldn't mind dying for that because I saw them die from the giants, one stomp from one other, and the other just smacked him in the face and killed him. It was great. And I got a duty fulfilled on that soul, so I couldn't be mad about that. And it's pretty much it. I did also try switching the bolts for lightning and stuff. It's just that the bolts, they're so picky about the damage. They honestly are. Not to mention, some parts of the body actually do less and more damage. That's really hard. The bad thing, and also, let's tackle. It would be great if they had more stun on it. I mean, they already have a lot of stun from one hit. Why can't it be on this thing as well? It's okay, I guess. Yeah. And the blossoms. And that's basically it. However, if you're gonna use the estoc, just trust me. Do this, not that. This and this. You may do this. You may do the move when you're in the combo with it, but don't just keep spamming and spamming and spamming, or you get it parried and parried. I mean, seriously. Anytime someone uses estoc on me in PvP, evading, whatever, I always parry. It's always parry, 100%. Even if they hit me, I always get the parry, and I always kill them with a riposte. It is so easy to do it. Don't spam this move. I warn you. You will die. Especially now how this thing is shortened. Don't do it. Honestly, please, don't do it. You're just gonna get embarrassed yourself. And let's see. This seems about it. Now, I do prefer if someone's going to use crossbows, you should just prepare yourself for the worst. I mean, I don't really know what weapon you should be actually using if you use a crossbow. No one uses crossbow, so I can't really tell you, but I would prefer maybe a thrusting sword like estoc, just for like piercing stuff, and probably maybe Fume's Ultra Greatsword. I don't know. I mean, it would give you the extra hyper armor, if nerds like to say hyper armor, but your choice, your opinion. I still love that move. Sorry, I just really love that move. It's so efficient. Sadly, it doesn't do that much damage anymore, like in Dark Souls 2. Which is kind of funny. They nerfed its size and they nerfed its damage. It's kind of making it lame, but oh well, it's fine. That's basically it. Now I will be doing a dancer build, be coming out, and if you didn't like the intro thingy, well, sorry. I got bored and I want to do something special. Deal with it. There won't be one for a dancer. You bastards. But DLC is coming up. It's not, they haven't announced what it's going to be named yet. I don't think so. I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm going to get it. Just going to make sure if I want to, though. You never know. From stuff fucks everything up. And that's basically it. So, subscribe and give me money. I mean, give me your likes and views and comment. And that's it. I wonder if I can one shot only. I clipped through his cape. Here's another thing. Aiming is really hard. It doesn't even knock them over. That's one more thing about the crossbows. Does not knock over enemies. That's the only thing. It's also explosive bolt and it did nothing. So that's basically it. I'm gonna finish him off. He wants to fight. Also, the tackle does no damage. It does 0 damage. And that's the only debuff. That's actually pretty much the only bad things about the crossbow. No damage, no knockback, no aiming. Kind of long, but still useful. It's better than using a broken straight sword. But that's it. And boing.